Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode, we simulated the last half of the season, and unfortunately our team just did not make the playoffs again. We finished like 80 and 82, so we're kind of getting closer to being back into like an actual playoff team again. But yeah, hopefully this team can do a bit better next year. Now I was looking after I recorded last episode, and it turns out that we did get some drop off from guys like Wentz and Martin. Both of them dropped down considerably, especially Martin, because he was like an 80 overall, but he's dropped down a lot. And we do still have him signed for like a 5-year deal at $5.8 million. So I think we might end up trading him away just because he dropped off a lot. I don't know if it's due to morale or if it's just because he's maybe getting old. He's already 28, so. And then Wentz as well is dropping off. He's also making 9.6 for the next few years as well. So we're probably going to end up flipping these guys' contracts away to free up some cap space a little bit this offseason. And then also there is one prospect who, well, actually not really a prospect because he played a little bit this year, in Rodrigo Messias, who I think we might flip away as well because Sammy Chavez is 2 years younger and pretty much the exact same overall almost. So I think it makes sense to move on from Messias, and then Chavez could be our second guy behind Corona, and then we still got Morales in the system as well, which would be pretty good. So, but anyways, for some reason also the AI decided to send down a lot of random players. Like they decided to send down Carmen Nunez at the end of the season, which I don't understand why. But yeah, that's basically what they did. We're going to obviously adjust that to start next season, but I thought I would let you guys know ahead of time. So anyways, let's get to the off season. We do got some one big contract at least to maybe give out, and that would be to somebody like CJ Abrams, who hasn't been signed yet. But we do have a lot of contracts that we gave out in last episode or a couple episodes ago, where we signed guys to some pretty big money. So yeah, there's some guys signed for like 10.8, like Valdez. Very much hoping that our team is competitive this coming season. Hopefully we can make the playoffs, because a lot of guys are actually also unhappy with the team. I don't know if it's because of that, because if we sort this by morale, as you can see down here, we have a ton of angry people, and that is not a good sign. So I'm really much hoping that we can make a playoff run this year. So let's sim to the offseason and get the playoffs done with to see who wins the World Series, and it's going to be the Blue Jays beating the Mets. So the team that beat us a few years ago in the wild card game is going to end up winning the World Series, so that's pretty cool. And of course the Blue Jays being Canada's team. Oh no, did I just sim through the retirements? I might have. Yeah, I might have. So Toronto wins in 6 games over the Mets to win their first World Series since the 90s. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's continue to simulate to the off season. Yeah, actually I did miss the retirements now because I accidentally clicked no, but whatever, that's okay. So we got to get back a manager and a first baseman coach. Okay, it's not too bad. Oh, there's retired players. Okay, never mind, we didn't skip it. So we didn't lose anybody to retirement, but these are the retirements, just in case any of you wanted to take a look at that. It looks like Mike Soroka retired as a champion, but he might have played in AAA or something near the end of it. But yeah, these are all the retirements. Aaron Judge already retired. Well, but he's 38, so it makes sense. Didn't realize he was that old. But then again, we're 10 years into this, so it kind of makes sense. And no Hall of Fame inductees, which is kind of surprising. Let's go to exclusive free agent signings. Actually, we'll do our coaching stuff first. So we need a manager and a first base coach. So Dave Roberts was our manager, I'm pretty sure, for a little bit. Maybe we could bring him back. Yeah, I think we'll try and bring him back and give him a lot of money. But do we really have the budget to get him back? We were 80 and 82 last year. Yeah, I think he's still the best option to get back. Yeah, we'll do 25 million. See if he wants to accept that. He might accept somebody else, but we'll find somebody else instead. And we need a first baseman coach, which in that case we need somebody with maybe some good power if they can. Is there anybody with good power? Not really. Maybe we'll go with this 53-year-old. Actually, we'll go with the 47-year-old because he's younger. So talk it to 3.6. That should be good. And in these exclusive free agents ones, yeah, we will probably qualify CJ Abrams, I think. Now, Willie Castro, on the other hand, he's a great player, but he is dropping off a lot. and he also didn't play that much games this year. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, so I think I'm going to let him walk, unfortunately. And I'm going to definitely let Randy walk as well, because we brought him in, and then he played a little bit, and he was terrible. So I sent him down to AAA, so he's also going to be let go of. But we are going to, I think, qualify CJ Abrams, or we could sign him up for multiple years if we want to. But I don't think we need to sign him for multiple years, really. For 1 year, he wants like $30+ million, which is a lot. But I want to maybe get him locked up. Wait, why did I go down to 80K? Let me go back to this. Oh, the max I could offer him is $31 million, which he probably won't accept. So I must have to qualify him, but he might end up going to another team, probably. He probably will end up going to another team, which really sucks, but I mean, that's the only thing we could pretty much do is qualify him, because we don't have a lot of budget left with all the players that we signed. And I mean, it's not the end of the world, because we do have other guys that could play in the outfield, because we were using Abrams as an outfielder. And shortstop wise, we still have like Garcia and Vince Means as well. Like, I think Vince Means is going to be basically replacing Willie Castro in the lineup. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to probably like just qualify Abrams and hope that we get him for a 1-year deal. So that's what we're going to do, and I think that's good. Let's continue to simulate, see if we can get those coaches. And we got Dave Roberts back, which is great. And let's just stop simulating just to see how it is with the other coach that we need, the first baseman coach. We're still the only one that's offering that guy that much, so that guy's probably going to accept soon, which is good news. Let's continue to simulate. And Marty Draper's accepted. I'm kind of surprised that actually some coaches accepted right away. So now we got to select our 40-man roster and offer some arbitration. I think we won't offer arbitration to Felix Pereira, because he's kind of getting lost in our system a bit, and he was in AAA, so we'll let him walk. As for Pierre, I don't really know if I could keep Pierre. He's actually a pretty good player. I don't know if I could, how much does he want for like 1 year, so I can maybe offer him arbitration? 1.4, that's not too bad. 2 years, he wants $2 million. That's a relatively cheap contract, but I feel like he could drop off somewhere all of a sudden. I mean, 2 years for $2 million is not too bad per year. Might as well give him some money. And if we can't use him, we could always trade him away instead. Yeah, 2 years at 4. I'll try and see if I'll do that, and I'll let Felix walk, I think. Just because of the amount of budget we have left, I don't want to end up losing, or getting, not having enough to get some other players back. So, 40-man roster-wise, we are going to be losing definitely a right fielder, I think. Because I'm not going to be adding some of these guys to our 40-man roster. We don't need to add any of these guys to our 40-man roster because those are younger prospects. AA wise, I don't know if I should add James to my rule 5, my 40-man, because he's 27 years old, so he is getting a little bit older. I wouldn't be opposed to losing him either. I don't think Rick Palmer is eligible. Just need to see who is eligible. So Robles is eligible, but I don't think Robles isn't huge. He's not really anything. Waylon Wall isn't really anything. We're probably going to end up losing some prospects. Yoder doesn't need to be added to our thing either, I don't think. Lorang, those guys are all like 25, and they're not that great overall wise, so I think it's okay to lose any of those players that I was just looking at. I think. Let me just go and check to make sure we got... everybody else is like not eligible. Arrington is not that good. He's probably going to end up getting let go of at some point. Who else we got here? Omar Cannon, 67 at 25. A lot of these guys aren't that good enough in AA to be on our 40-man roster. Messias is already technically on our roster. Let's just move him to the MLB. And also move like Carmen Nunez and stuff already. So we kind of know what our roster is going to look like. Who else do we got here that could be claimed? Jeez, why is it going like that? Stupid thing. Okay, cycle through this. No, it's probably because he's a pitcher. Nope, not eligible. Ramon Campillo is eligible, but he's 28. Chuck Rush is eligible as well, but we don't technically need him because he's one of our last closing pitcher prospects, so I'm okay if he's gets claimed. Sid Felch, I'm okay with if he gets claimed. Yeah, a lot of these guys I'm not going to really care if they get claimed, even if they are younger players. They're players that are probably not going to crack our roster at all. So I think that's good on that front. And then also, who else is in AAA? Yeah, so we're going to probably have to trade away Wentz. Yeah, I think we're going to have to trade away Wentz. We're going to have to trade away Martin. And also, as I was mentioning, I think we are probably going to get rid of, who was it? Was Messias. Just because I think Sammy Chavez could take over his spot easily. And besides, Chavez has really good hits per 9, while Messias has a little bit lower. And the Ks per 9 is a lot better is actually for Messias, but I think I'll go with Chavez over Messias, which means Messias would probably be dealt. So we are probably going to have to make some trades, which is good. We could actually do some of that right now. So if I was to bring up, let's get rid of Messias first. Chavez actually needs a new contract, which is interesting. Yeah, let's suggest a trade for Messias, and let's just go all. No trades are found. Wow. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to be able to flip them away yet. And what about, who was the other ones that I was mentioning? Oh yeah, Wentz. Or yeah, Wentz and Martin, because Martin's dropped off a lot. Oh, that's why I haven't selected the player yet. That's why nothing showed up. Prospects for Gerald Martin. We could get some relief pitcher prospects. Not that great of one, and also a catcher prospect. I might just take that one because it's a lot of different prospects for our system. And also our morale probably would go up a little bit as well, I would assume. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So Gerald Martin, one of the first players I drafted in this franchise mode. Sucks to trade him away, but he's dropping off way too quickly. So we'll trade him for some prospects, and he will go to the Red Sox. So there's one trade done. As I was mentioning as well, Wentz is going to get dealt just so we could get rid of some cap space. Let's suggest some trades for him and prospects. A relief pitcher prospects that's 23, 67 potential. That's not too bad. We will do that trade as well. I know it seems weird just flipping away guys like this, but we got to make some room up for our roster as well. And then the last one was Messias, which is a pretty big one. And then, like I said, Chavez will take over his spot as like the setup dude, because Messias wasn't that great when he did play like last year for us. Like he was 1-5 with a 5.15 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP, so not fantastic results from him. Also, that FIP is pretty high up, and he's 27, so he's probably not going to develop much more than that. So let's go prospects on Messias, and we'll try and find one that has just 1-for-1 if possible. I'd prefer just one prospect if anything. Ooh, that's an interesting one. We get a catcher prospect that's a 20-year-old that's 74 overall already, and a closing pitcher prospect that's 8 potential. You know what, we'll do that one, why not? Look him aboard. And those are our 3 trades. So we got rid of Messias, we got rid of Wentz, and we got rid of Gerald Martin, but our team still looks pretty good, I think. And in offering arbitration, I already offered one to Montenegro. I'm not going to leave Pereira. I'm fine if any of those guys get claimed, to be honest, I think. But we do still have 6 roster spots, so I could probably add James to our roster spot. Even though James is in double A, I can move him to triple. And also add him to our 40-man for now. And actually, we have too much players in Triple A. So I think we'll send Bourbon down to Double A. That's one of our younger prospects that we just drafted recently. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Tender contracts wise, what do we got for contracts? So Sammy Chavez needs a contract because he's going to be our second closer or our setup guy. 2 years at 840K is not too bad. Let's see if I could get him down for a little bit cheaper. Let's do 680K. And then Gerson Moreno, I think I might let go of because we had to send him down to AAA last year. It's to also make up more room for like pitchers and whatnot, so I'll let him walk. Vince Means is going to actually be in the lineup this year since we let go of Castro. So we will give him... Does he want 6 for 4 years? He might accept that. Let me give him a little bit more. 6.2 for 4 years. James is going to want 470K, which I could easily do. Same. Yeah, Rodriguez doesn't want a lot either. We actually don't have that bad of contracts to dish out. A lot of these guys are relatively cheap. And we did free up a lot of cap space by getting rid of some of those dudes. Like, it sucked having to trade away Gerald Martin because obviously, like I said, I drafted him, but had to happen. We might have to let go of somebody like Michael Castillo. I don't know. Maybe not. Actually, maybe we will. He wants 1.5, which is a bit too much for me. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably let him walk. I'm going to go to the bottom of this list just to see what we got down here. So, Nick Raymond, this guy's 20 years old. Rivera's only 19. Maldonado's already 22. Mora's 22 as well. Damn, it seems like a lot of our players are getting older really quickly. Unless we're just flying through this franchise mode, which we might be. But yeah, any guy that's like probably like 26 or something that's in like AAA or AA, we'll probably have to let go of. We might have to give some of these guys a little bit more. Mario Feliz is 25 and a right fielder. We don't really need him. But if we end up losing somebody though to the Rule 5 draft, and maybe I will sign him still. White's 22, so we'll get him back. Arrington is 23, but he's been dropping off. So he might end up retiring young. So I think I'm gonna let him walk. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let him walk because he's trying to get over $1 million for some reason. I don't know why. Cannon's 25 as well. Charles Nixon is 20 years old. Elvis McLeod's only 21. Hopefully we have enough money to get most of these guys back, especially our top prospects. Samuels is pretty old, 25 already. Orang. But a lot of guys have developed till like they're 27, I've been finding, so... Jonathan Johnson wants 1.9, he's not going to get that. We do not need Jonathan Johnson back, I guess. Marcus Yoder's already that old, 25. I'm going to let him walk, I think. Because he's probably going to want a one-way deal, right? No, he's not. We could get him for relatively cheap. Hector Montaigne's... We need to get another second baseman anyways, so might as well give him a little bit more money. McGrath is only 21. Looks like McGrath is going to be a really good pitcher prospect for us. Waylon Wall. Wow, Waylon Wall wants a lot. He's trying to get over $1 million. But he's only 24. We'll try and get him for like $1 million on the dot. Angelo Robles, might as well get him back. Or try to. Kiki McKenna, 700K is good for me. Ramon Campos. Yeah, we probably have to lose one of these right fielders. Michael Bland. Juan Ramirez. And we're almost at the top. Sullivan. Sullivan actually needs a better contract than that. There we go. Mayer's 27 already. But I mean, we don't really have depth right field or relief pitchers in the system. So I guess I could sign him to a little bit more. I'm going to let Sid Felch walk, I think. Because we already have a lot catcher-wise. Ramon Campillo is good to have as a third option, but he wants like a one-way deal. Or no, he doesn't really. We could get him down for way less. for 700k. Chuck Rush. Damn, we got so much prospects. 23-year-old. Plumber, 21. And I think that's almost it. Plumber wants a one-way deal, looks like, as well. Or one. He's looking for 950k for 1 year, so we'll just give him 1 million. And Castro. I could get him for under a mil. 970k. And I think that's pretty much it. So we would still have like 9 million in budget, which is not really a whole lot. But yeah, that's basically that. Let's see if we get all those guys back. And everything's good on that. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, let's sim it to free agency 2. I don't know if we're going to be making any free agent signings. I don't know if we also lost, what's his name? Or if he accepted. Let me actually check that out, if we got Abrams back, because I don't think I saw if we actually got Abrams back. No, we lost Abrams. Which is okay, I think. Yeah, we lost Abrams. That's alright. It's not the end of the world, but it still sucks to lose him because he's a pretty good player. But that means Vince Means is definitely going to get called up. So there you go. But I mean, at least it's going to keep us, like, we're going to still have a lot of cap space, or more cap space. Yeah, let's stop simulating. Let's skip through that. Okay, let's go back to tendered contracts just to see who is not accepted. Looks like most of the players accepted already, which is good. We'll give Elvis a little bit more money. Waylon Wall a little bit more money as well. Actually, maybe I don't want to give him over 1 million. I might give him over 1 million just in case. Let's try it. And Robles a tiny bit more as well, just to get these guys to actually accept. Campos is only 24 as well. Let's give him a little bit more. Eventually, we'll have to let go of some of these right fielders. Like, that's why I'm letting go of Sid Felch. James Mayer's already good. Yeah, I think some of these guys should still accept him. We're going to definitely let go of just Moreno, I think. Yeah. I mean, he's not a bad relief pitcher when he does play. You can get him for under $1 million, which I think is actually not that bad. So maybe we'll just bring him back on a 1-year deal, just in case he declines a lot. Or, well, not declines a lot, yeah. Drops off. 1 year at 680k. Yeah, we're not going to have a lot of budget left, but that's okay, because our team is probably going to be making the playoffs next year, I think. But I could be completely wrong with that. So, yep, CJ Abrams has decided to decline our qualifying offer, and he's going to be a free agent, which kind of sucks, but at least that does give us a lot of freed up cap space, I think. Yeah, because now we actually, well, yeah, now we can't technically, we could still afford him, but he wants a lot of money. We have 2.8 million in pending offers, which means we're going to have like 31 million in cap space, which is not too bad, actually, considering how good our roster looks, at least in my opinion. So maybe I should actually just get guys like Sid Felch back just in case. I don't know. I think I'll get Arrington back because he's only 23. But for Jonathan Johnson, he's 27. I'm going to let him walk. Sid Felch is not terrible, but he's not really a good hitter. So I think we'll leave him not coming back. So now we have like 4.2 in pending offers, but we're still going to have like 29 million to spend on free agents if we want to. Or make a trade for a big player, which we could always do. Damn, there's some good free agents available this year. What do we really need? Let me take a look at our roster, because maybe we'll bring in somebody. But what was it? Jeffrey Martins, who won a couple World Series with Houston, is a free agent. This guy's a really good closer, but we don't really need another good closer because we got Corona. So, but what do we really need? We got already a lot of pitchers, so don't need anything for pitching. Catcher-wise, we're a little bit weak on the second catcher, but that's okay. We're good there. We could use maybe another second baseman behind Cortez. But other than that, we look pretty good for most of our other areas. Yeah, I don't really think we need a whole lot. Maybe we'll sign somebody, though. Let's just take a look. What's available for second baseman? 36 years old, 37. I don't really want to sign somebody that's too old, though. Yeah, I think this is good. I think our roster is actually set already, almost pretty much of what it's going to look like. See, I don't think I'm going to actually sign any free agents. I might make some trades in next episode, depending on how our team simulates, but yeah, I think our team is actually looking pretty good. Because if we look at our ratings across every position, it's just basically catcher and center fielding where we're a little bit weak, according to that. So if we were to pick up a new player, we could always pick up a better second catcher, but these guys are all like 36 years old, so it's not like we need to bring in them. And in center fielding wise, we could bring in somebody like Victor Robles, who's 33, or Brandon Marsh, who's only 31. He didn't have a great year batting average wise last year, but his OPS is good. What else we got here? Mercado's 36, Yanni's 30. I mean, I could bring on a guy just on a random 1-year deal, but I don't want to do that again because last year we did that and the guy just like dropped off a cliff. Now, Victor Reyes was in Texas last year. Yeah, I don't know if we want to bring in anything or not, because we should try and make ourselves as good as possible, right? But obviously we want the young guys to play too. Like if I was to bring in somebody, it would probably be Brandon Marsh, just because he's got good power. Like I don't really know what he wants for 1 year though. What does he want for like 1 year? $10 million. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not terrible. The thing is, if I do that, what would our outfielders look like? Because Robbie Harvey's technically one of our outfielders right now. We'd basically be upgrading Robbie Harvey. I mean, we could play Robbie Harvey as our second catcher behind there instead, and Bronson Bonner wouldn't be there. I do not know what we want to do. I think I might try and bring in him, Brandon Marsh, just to give us a little bit more like solidity in terms of center fielding, and he also gives us a little bit more power and whatnot. And then our team looks pretty good, I would say, for the most part. Really good pitching wise, but like infielding wise is kind of average. But then we definitely fix one of our needs in center field and catching wise. Because most of our fielders are actually like left fielders and right fielders. Yeah, you know what? We're going to try and give Brandon Marsh a 1-year deal. He'll probably accept, but yeah, just to give us a little bit more solidity. Just in case. Because it's always good to have some internal competition in our team, I think. So 1 year at 11.5 should get it done easily. And then we'd still have a lot of money left anyways, so... Let's sim 2 free agency 3. We should get Brandon Marsh soon, I would assume. Unless, yep, there we go. We got him for 1 year at 11.5. Just to help us out. Hopefully he does that. Yeah, let's stop simulating. And yeah, now let's see what our rankings are. Yeah, now we're pretty good all around except for catcher, which I'm okay with, I think. So let's sim 2 free agency 3. This episode might be a little bit long because I'm kind of going a little bit slow through this, but hopefully it's not too long. We're still waiting on some of these contracts. Damian Rodriguez, I'll give you a little bit more. Let's give you $750K. And Elvis McLeod, we'll give you a little bit more as well. Let's give you $270. Arrington, we'll hold on to you for now. And that should be good still on that. Sim to free agency 4. Skip through all that. CJ Abrams goes back to the Padres. Okay. That's interesting. On a 9-year deal at $31 million. I wasn't willing to pay him for 9 years, so good for him, but it's kind of funny that he goes back to the Padres, where we got him from, I think, originally. Yeah, let's stop simulating. To see if we got anybody to get back still. Arrington is still kind of holding out, but he's dropping off a lot, so if he doesn't end up accepting, it's not the end of the world. I was more trying to get him back because he's like only 23, so Let's into the next stage of free agency. We still got the Rule 5 draft to go through. Okay, let's go to the Rule 5 draft. We probably will end up losing a prospect or something like that, but that's not the end of the world, because we do got a lot of prospects. So, but yeah, we're looking pretty good in left field and starting pitcher wise, especially. This is good. Let's into the Rule 5 draft. But who are we going to lose? I don't think we're going to claim anybody in the Rule 5 draft, but maybe we will. Who knows? Because we do have some spots available. Let's see if we lost anybody. Wow, Gilberto Velforte. I remember this dude because I was trying to draft this guy. He actually made it up to a 77. Good for him. Because, yeah, he was a pretty low overall this start, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this... Wait, when is it recommending this? A starting pitcher we don't really need. Relief pitchers we don't really need because we got some starters that will be relievers. We don't really need closers. Catcher wise, we don't really need anybody. First baseman wise, we don't really need anybody. Second baseman wise, we could try and find somebody behind Cortez, but they would have to play in our lineup. Blount's not too bad. Guadalupe Velez, not too bad either. I should probably find somebody though. I mean, Cortez I don't think gets injured that often, but still we should probably get somebody behind him. Cedeno and Nunez, yeah, we don't really need there. Yeah, I don't think we really need much because we're pretty deep in every area. Like, if I was to pick up one thing, I would think it would be a second baseman to go behind Cortez, and that would be pretty much that. 26 and 75. Really good contact hitter for this dude. And then there's also Beasley. I might go with the 26-year-old, but Blount is the best overall wise, and he's actually a solid contact hitter, but it looks like he's dropping off a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to just take... I think I'm going to take this Fortune guy. Because why not? Because he's only 25. We'll just take him. I don't know if he'll be in our lineup. Or he probably will have to be in our lineup. The rest of us, though, we aren't going to take any more players. Because we don't have enough spots, really. So, but there we go. That is the Rule 5 draft. What do we got for our roster now? Pretty good stuff. Let me just take a quick look at rating wise. Yeah, we're pretty good all around, or balanced all around, I should say more. Let's into arbitration hearings, get this done with as well. Let's skip through all this because we want to get to spring training. We're probably not going to sim through spring training again in this episode as well. Renewable contracts. Sim to spring training. Yeah, let's stop simulating. Wait, are we at spring training? Yep, there we go. Now we're at spring training. Okay. So, contract extension wise, we do have some big contracts to hand out. Well, at least one big contract to hand out. So, Gary Hare definitely needs that new big contract. Brian Packard probably as well, even though they're both getting a little bit older. Brandon Marsh is probably going to leave after this. Perez might leave. Cortez definitely needs a contract again. Moreno might leave for sure. Veras probably would as well. So I'm going to leave that for now. I might get Gary Hare back already. 5 years at $155 million. What can I get him down to for 5 years? Because I wouldn't mind locking him up long term until he like retires. Would he accept something like 138? He wants a little bit more than that, okay. There you go, we got him for just over 140. I think I'll rate on the others for now until later in the season. Cortez is still relatively cheap. What's the lowest I could get Cortez to for 5 years? Probably something like 35. He wants a little bit more than 35, 35.5, a little bit more than that. 36 and a half. A little bit more, 37. Wow, he actually wants exactly what he wants, okay. So 38. 39. Wow, he actually wants a decent amount for them. $40 million for 5 years. There you go. Okay, the rest of that we'll leave for now. So anyways, guys, the video cut out right around this point, and I just wanted to quickly show you guys the top prospects, and I think that was pretty much it I had left in this episode. So Chavez is number 2 for the best prospects. And then we go down here, Michael Bland at 18 is nice. He's going to probably be in the MLB at some point in the next few years. Kiki McKenna at 36, Colby White at 40, and that's pretty much that. As well as I was mentioning, our rankings look pretty good on paper. Looks like we might be a good playoff team this year because our power is getting incredibly better if it stays that way after spring training. So yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will start up the season simulation, and yeah, hopefully this team could play pretty good this year and make it back to the postseason by the end of it. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.